Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're taking a look at a brand new Battleforce with the LVO reveal. This video is sponsored by the Game Bunker. More on that later. LVO Preview 2025. The Barrow Kingdoms rise to serve the Soulblight Gravelords. Alright, so we have a massive new reveal, a ton of new models, a new Battleforce, a new centerpiece model. We've got a Battletome coming. Let's jump in and take a look at the new Soulblight Gravelords. There's nothing in the mortal realms as inevitable as death, and in the hour of ruin, it comes faster with every passing day. This is a point of contention for the Soulblight Gravelords, the cruel vampiric nobles who slake their deepest thirst on the blood of humans as a Skaven now threaten to deny them their prey. Their response is simple: invoke ancient pacts, calling upon the loyal armies of the Barrow Kingdoms to usher in unfeeling order to the realms. So there is a little video right here, but we're going to take a look at the full article. Alright, so here we have a brand new Battleforce coming. Very, very cool. Awesome new models. If you're into skeletons, zombies, vampires, just undead in general, this is a massive reveal. Relics from the Age of Myth. The Barrow Kingdoms embody Nagash's visions of the 8 realms. Feudal kings with roots in the long-distant Shyish, they are now almost entirely inert. The only sense of progress in the endless toil of skeletons would till the land to uncover more corpses to fill their ranks. All the while, their Wight Kings plot their next conquest in the name of the great necromancer. Only when the call to war is sounded do the kingdoms break from their thankless tasks, metal scraping against bone as they march. The Death Rattle army set showcases these morbid legions. Alright, so here we have the new Death Rattle army set. So this is a new Battleforce coming out here, and it is absolutely amazing. Massively improved models. The Death Rattle skeletons had already come a long way, but now we have some more heavily armored versions. We have them armed with swords and shields. We have them armed with two-handed weapons. And then, of course, we have a mounted unit as well as a brand new character. And then to go along with this army set, we have the actual Battletome included and then the War Scroll cards. So a beautiful new start to a brand new army. And while this is definitely a part of the Soulblight Gravelords and the Undead Legions, with a new Battletome and entirely new models coming out for this set, is absolutely stunning. At the center of this force is the Wight King on Skeletal Steed, an imperious revenant who has attained a level of belligerence and undeath that makes him a match for even vampires. Many an arrogant noble has found themselves impaled upon a cursed blade after an ill-advised attempt at exerting control. So here we see the new Wight King on Skeletal Steed. So absolutely amazing basing on this beautiful detail, very much in line with the current Death Rattle skeletons. But now we have a Wight King to lead them on Steed. And I absolutely love these models. The amount of beat up and weathered armor, the actual plume on the head, the overall detail on the model itself, and then of course the cloth and the movement that is portrayed in this model. Absolutely stunning. They command armies of the dead from many cities and cultures, all pressed into an eternal servitude. As a sole combatant, they are terrifying, their weapons steeped in curses that unnaturally enervate their opponents. So here we can see a different angle from the side and back. And again, just absolutely stunning detail. The jewels and gems on the actual cloth. The overall beat up and weathered look of the armor. Very, very cool. The nobles of the conquered kingdoms are often recruited to serve as champions. Some even preempting defeat and turning to necromancy to preserve their ambition in the afterlife. These White Lords are dedicated to expanding their sovereign's borders beyond all else. Centuries of existence winnowing away their emotions, though many still harbor an ember of enmity for their masters. So here we can see an alternate build with basically different head, different shield, helmet. Very, very cool. Definitely a very nice model. Super excited for this. When a king crosses the threshold of death, he might be accompanied by his retinue of loyal retained guards. These are the Barrow Guard, and whether they enter servitude through self-sacrifice or at the end of a blade, they remain unquestioningly loyal. Retaining their combat prowess free from mortal fatigue, they are equipped with the finest armors and cursed blades of the Barrow Kingdom and are as resilient as they are lethal. So here we have the new Barrow Guard, and again, just absolutely stunning models. Very, very cool. Here we see the standard. We have various different helmets and styles, different weaponry. We have musician. Absolutely love the different build options with the shield and sword or the double-handed halberd type weapons. Very, very cool. These are phenomenal. And they appear to be the replacement for what was the Crypt Guard, I think they were called. Definitely a big fan. And these are going to go perfect with the existing Death Rattle skeletons in the new range. Or alternatively alongside the Cursed City stuff. Now a quick word from today's sponsor, Game Bunker. Game Bunker carries a full range of Games Workshop products including miniatures, terrain, paint, tools, and more. Game Bunker offers 15% off MSRP for most Games Workshop products with the discount code WHMS. Receive free shipping in the continental United States on orders over $145. Online orders ship out within 24 hours. Game Bunker is a veteran-owned business. Use affiliate link below, enter discount code WHMS to save 15% on most items at checkout. For fast, friendly service with a discount on your favorite tabletop wargaming purchases, visit GameBunker.net and let them know that Warhammer Man sent you. Some ancient cultures of the Barrow kingdoms once prized horsemanship and life, and many were interred with their steeds in happier times. The Barrow Knights retained pride in their martial dominance, riding down their foes atop indefatigable skeleton mounts. Alright, so here we see the mounted ones, and again, the horses are absolutely amazing. I love these skeletal steeds. The riders on top are phenomenal. We see again like different combination of weapons with the lances. Again, the musician. Very, very nice models here. Beautifully done. Super excited for these. In celebration of these undead fiefdoms, the Death Rattle army set comes with a copy of the Battletome Soulblight Gravelords adorned with unique art of the Barrow Guard. Inside, you'll unearth background details for the Barrow kingdoms, as well as the various vampire monarchies that wield them. As usual, you get all the rules, a new Anvil of Apotheosis for Path to Glory, and a set of 55 War Scroll cards for your shambling armies. And as if that wasn't enough, we have a brand new character, a zombie dragon with Vampire Lord on top. Absolutely freaking stunning. This blows the old zombie dragon, which was already a super cool kit, out of the water. This is phenomenal. For all the grim might, the Barrow kingdoms are but a fragment of the vast undead empire, and the notorious vampires that rule the Soulblight Gravelords are keen to demonstrate their superlative skills in battle. Chief amongst them is Prince Vordry, the master of the Crimson Keep. Foolish enough to once have raised his lance against Nagash, Vordry and the Crimson Keep are now bound to the Supreme Lord of the Undead by an unbreakable curse. He is afforded the right to excite centuries of rage upon unlucky mortals at the head of the Blood Knights, though a bloody trail of dead warriors has not even begun to temper his fury as his liege. So here we can see the amazing detail on the face of the undead dragon. Absolutely stunning. The shield, and then of course the actual rider himself. A beautiful vampire with a huge lance. Awesome like ornate design, beautiful cloak, amazing armor. This is absolutely freaking stunning. I cannot wait to get a hold of this model. Vordry rides into battle upon Shortamare, Lord of Revenants. This Draconeth once dabbled in necromantic magic in an effort to restore the many great drakes slain by Kragnos, and create an empire in opposition to the Prince Krondus and Karazai. Krondus interrupted the ritual and condemned him to undeath, though Nagash has since offered Shortamare the chance to resurrect his fallen allies into vile Revenant Draconeths. It has now dawned on the Lord of the Revenants that the great necromancer will never permit him to rule the kingdom of his own, but many vampires are pleased to count these decaying drakes amongst their forces in the hour of ruin. So absolutely amazing. Here we had the option to build the dragon without the rider. Just completely stunning model. I love the pose. This fully embodies what Games Workshop is able to do with their plastic kits now. And the Age of Sigmar stuff has been stunning now for years. This is no exception. Absolutely freaking amazing. I love the lore also tying in like Krondus and Karazai, Nagash, and then of course the lore of the Draconess. This is awesome. Vampire Lords are not above the thrill of combat, their prideful nature drawing them into great mounts. The sight of the Vampire Lord on Nightmare Steed is unforgettable. Savagery and finesse meeting a deluge of spilt blood. So here we have a vampire with two different like build options, or at least head options on top of a steed. We've got some death rattle skeletons coming up out of the ground. Again, just absolutely stunning. The horse is absolutely amazing. I love like the combination of the undead flesh and then of course like the bone peeking through. Very much in the look and style of the vampires, which I have to say Games Workshop has absolutely mastered. And not only is Games Workshop crushing it with the tactical rocks, but now with the skeletons coming up out of the ground, phenomenal model. The Soulblight Gravelords are ready to commit their decaying orderlings to the smaller scale battlefields of Spearhead with the Death Rattle Tomb Host, which comprises a Wight King, their loyal Barrow King, and a Barrow Guard retinue, and 2 units of 10 Death Rattle skeletons. An all-new kit that is easier to build, but closely follows the design aesthetics of the old one. Okay, so here we see another Soulblight Gravelords Death Rattle Tomb Host for Spearhead. So very, very cool. We see 5 of the mounted riders. We see 20 of the Death Rattle skeletons, and then of course some of the new guard. And then we have an old model resurfacing to lead them, but still a bunch of beautiful new sculpts and a very cool new set to put on the tabletop. All of these units and a few yet to be exhumed on the dusty pages of Warhammer community will feature in Battletome Soulblight Gravelords, which comes in a standard edition and in a small format Gamers edition later in the year. So very cool, absolutely stunning new models, a ton of brand new sculpts, a new book, the cards, everything coming for the Soulblight. Definitely cannot wait to get a hold of these models. I have a ton of like the Cursed City stuff and then a bunch of other Death Rattle skeletons. I've got a couple of the old zombie dragons, some of the different vampires, and this is definitely going to be a beautiful new core force of brand new amazing sculpts. And I've really got to say Games Workshop is crushing it. So let me know if you're excited to pick up the new Death Rattle Army box, if you're excited for the Spearhead or just the book in general. What do you think of the new Dragon model or the alternative build as just the actual like Draconeth? Always like to hear back from you guys in the comments. And special thanks to the Game Bunker for sponsoring the channel. Check out the link in the description to save 15% on most Games Workshop products with code WHMS at checkout, link in the description. That's it for today. Warhammer Man Studios, I'm Warhammer Man, and between the new models for Age of Sigmar, the absolutely amazing storyline, and the development of the lore, I've got to say with the new edition, it is better than ever. And I'm out of here.